Danny Pehar is a comedian, speaker, and writer of the popular self-help book, Awesome at Being Awesome. And now, Whoever Heard of a Boy with White Skates is his new children's book that looks at little Danny and the uncertainty he feels when he must use a pair of his sister's white skates. Danny joins us now. Good morning.
Morning.
Thank you. Welcome back to the morning show.
Yes, thank you for having me again.
Well, thanks for coming on, because every single time you come on, it's just such an injection of energy and positivity. But I'm gonna pick off an old Band-Aid, some old scars. So Danny in the book is inspired by your childhood because you had white skates?
I did. When you're in school, in elementary school, and you're a boy, and you have to wear your sister's clothes, whether they be skates, pants, shirts, chances are you're going to have a bad day. But at the same time, you may get a good story out of it, which is really what got me back on the show. So all in all, it's okay.
It worked, yeah. So this whole story is meant to be very motivational in nature, right? So what can people expect when they're reading this to their kids?
Essentially, what I wanted to do was, it has an anti-bullying theme, but I wanted to focus on the victim and saying to them, listen, I know you've been bullied. It's okay. You're going to be okay. I've been bullied too, and we're going to get through this together.
And what's great too is the profits of this will be going towards a very, very great initiative that we've taken part of actually here on the morning show.
Pink Shirt Day. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a huge fan of that foundation for two main reasons. One, I love obviously their stance on bullying, but I also love their origin story. I'd heard how the founders created that foundation because they saw a boy being made fun of for wearing a pink shirt to school, right? So no doubt, of course, that pink shirt being one of his sisters, how can I not relate to this? How can I not want to help out?
Right, but you know, I was talking about this. Sometimes it's good to grow up as an underdog, right? Because I feel like you grow up a bit more adjusted. So if any kids or parents are watching right now, sometimes it's good that it builds kind of a bit of character as long as you support them, right?
Absolutely. You know, it's what I tell to young kids all the time. If not for those things, what stories would I have? All my stories are based on being an underdog, right?
Yeah.
That's where your great stories are going to come from.
And now look at you, you're awesome at being awesome. That was, of course, the book that you were promoting last time you were here on the show. Are there any sort of thematic threads that tie in from that book to this? I know they're quite different.
Absolutely. There's a common theme. And Awesome at Being Awesome, one of the big themes was to focus on the good until you get through the bad. And that's really what I'm teaching to kids with Whoever Heard of a Boy with White Skates. It's essentially, one way to look at it is, it's like a self-help book for kids that are being bullied.
Now, we have the cover right behind us right there, Whoever Heard of a Boy with White Skates. It looks very familiar to a short that you actually had about, was it your dog? I feel like everything's autobiographical now, maybe.
Yes.
Was it about your dog?
I only know how to write about me. So my animated short was called Does My Dog Have a Soul? So clearly I like questions for titles for my children's stuff. And I remember I was talking to my wife one time about my dog, and we were like, you know, you think he has a soul? I'm like, well, if he does, it's definitely in his tail. And essentially that's what that story is about.
Do you think, are you looking forward to doing more projects that are geared towards kids, or maybe another animated project soon?
Yeah, it'll definitely be either an animated one or some sort of book, but I do like the children's stuff because it's a little bit faster. I'm always writing something, and then this, you can see the fruits of your labor that much quicker.
Right, and at the end of the day, there's a lot of stuff out there talking about anti-bullying. What makes this book very unique and different from everything else?
I think the messages that you see about anti-bullying are traditionally telling kids why they shouldn't be a bully. I'm more so saying, listen, I'm not here to preach to you why you shouldn't be a bully, or not so much on that, but more so to say, I know you've been bullied, and I know you're going to be okay. We're going to get through it together. Danny
Pehar, thank you so much for coming on. I want you to adopt me. I feel so motivated right now. The book is called Whoever Heard of a Boy with White Skates, available on Amazon.ca, so you can check it out there. Danny Pehar, thank you so much.